May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and our sponsors at Spectrum Health and Human Services work hard all year long to provide support and resources for mental wellness. Welcome, Bob and Melanie. Thank you for being here today with
Thanks for
us.
having us.
Thank you for having us.
Let's first and foremost just hear about what Spectrum Health does for Western New York.
Sure. Spectrum has been in business for over 50 years now, providing behavioral health services, mental health, substance use, housing, reentry services, wellness services, all over basically Erie County where we started, but now we're in 7 different counties. So we're in Genesee, Orleans, Wyoming, Monroe, Erie, Niagara, and Cattaraugus County providing these services.
Amazing. Very widespread area. Let's talk about the crisis outreach specialists and what they do for those in crisis.
Sure. So our crisis team, when I think of crisis at Spectrum, what we wanted to do was to be able to have a 24/7, 365-day-a-year response so that any of our clients could call us, or really anybody in the community. So our crisis teams are made up of people trained to be able to pick up the phone for anyone in crisis, anyone who calls our number, and be able to de-escalate the situation, kind of get involved with whatever it is. It could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be coping. So we can do that by phone, and if needed, we could deploy a team of 2 professional counselors to go out and actually see people in their homes.
And is this for all ages? Do you also specialize in anything for youth?
Yes. Well, what I just described is 24/7 in Wyoming County, adults and children, anytime. In Erie County, there's our CARES program. And the CARES stands for Crisis and Restabilization Emergency Services. Okay. And this is 24/7 in Erie County for youth under 18 and their families. Anyone can call. We can talk with people over the phone, and if needed, we have teams, especially in Erie County, that can go out and see the youth or family in their home. It's a whole different kind of work involved, because with kids, you have to be able to talk to kids in crisis. Sometimes we talk to people under their beds,
Sure.
or in closets, or through their stuffed animals. So it's really a great team, and I'm just proud for the work that they do.
Yeah, it's a really important thing. Health is not just for the body, it's also for the mind, right? And recognizing that in May is so important, but all year long, just to recognize that, it's just crucial to think about mental health. Melanie, let's talk about the Kirsten Vincent, I hope I'm saying that right, the Respite and Recovery Center. What does that do for the community?
Well, so we are embedded in the Christian Vincent Respite and Recovery Center. We are the East Buffalo Counseling Center. So we provide peer services, rapid access to mental health counseling and substance use. Along, again, with Buffalo Hope, we provide crisis services as far as helping a person to relink with the community, with wellness, trying to de-escalate when a person is of course, come in with crisis situation and needs some help in that moment, because what we realize is that every crisis situation doesn't need a hospitalization, And so we work as in this location with Buffalo Hope, and we just try to provide services and make sure a person has, if they need peer services or if they need a case manager or someone to go out and assist and help them, or if other services are needed, we'll also link them to the different partners within the building. ROAM, which is the Recovery Option Made Easy. So they have 2 different programs that are within the building as well. They have a long-term program, which is the same as linking with services, making sure they have the supports they need in their time of need, as well as the long-term, which is more like psychiatric services, maybe like medication management, seeing a doctor. There's also the renewal center that's there as well, where a person can come in if they're in crisis and they can have a place to sit down and to breathe and take a moment, and there's no judgment, and it's a safe space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the most important part, is feeling like it's a trusted agency, which I know you guys have such a reputation for that. So thank you for all you do. Let's talk about hours that the clinics are open, services, all of that for those who are watching who may need your services in the future.
Well, we are open from 8 to 4:30. We're constantly trying to work on making sure that these hours are, that we're adjusting so that way we can be available in times of crisis, because we know that everything doesn't happen during the day, so sometimes during the wee hours or the weekends. So we're trying to also adjust those hours to make sure that we're available to be able to help in the community.
We have just a little bit of time. I want to talk about this event on May 22nd. Bob, can you tell us more about it, and for those watching, how they can support?
Yes, we're really excited about it. So it's a music event at the Cave on Military Road, and it's honoring and recognizing the outreach counselors, mobile outreach counselors at Crisis Services and Spectrum Health Cares. So there's a number of musicians, probably a dozen or so well-known musicians in the area that are giving of their time to do this event, and it really will call attention to the jobs that these workers do. They really are the unsung heroes, the people that I've heard it described as like they run towards the fire or towards the crisis, not away from it.
Sure.
And these are just excellent people that do these jobs. So tickets are available through thecavebuffalo.com or our website, shswny.org. Doors open at 6 o'clock, music from 7 to 9. There'll be tabling from Spectrum and Crisis Services, and there'll be some video interviews with people that are actually doing the work, how it's impacted them, not only the community, but as people, as professionals.
Yes.
And Malini, we have time for one more question.
Sure.
Let's talk about that podcast you have.
So Spectrum has graciously given me the opportunity to be a part of this podcast that we run twice a month. Mental health awareness all the time. We have lots of guests. Bob's been a great guest. We try to offer for different partners to come in so we can just have conversations about that health that you discussed, right? Because we always engage in that physical health, but knowing that our mental health is just as important, and it surrounds a major part of our lives daily. And so this podcast is really turning out to be a great thing. And again, it is twice a month, and you can go on Spectrum's website and to be able to go right into the homepage and to listen.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here today, talking about Mental Health Awareness Month and everything going on. For more information on everything our sponsors at Spectrum Health and Human Services do for our community, you can visit their website at shswny.org. Thank you.
Thank you.